Hello everyone, this is The Lock, and this is the Skeptic Wars podcast where I talk about some of my favorite stories of the week. Now, before I start off with the regular stories, I want to talk about one special story, and by special I mean one that absolutely disgusts me. In Connecticut, there was this playground that was dedicated to Grace McDonald, who was one of the young victims of the Sandy Hook massacre in late 2012. Um, and unfortunately, somebody who apparently believes that um, the massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School didn't occur, stole the sign from the playground, which was the sign was basically saying it was to celebrate this little girl's life, and it was dedicated to her and all that. They stole the sign, then called the family and told them that they had stolen the sign and that Grace didn't even exist, never even existed in the first place. And this type of behavior, it's it's absolutely disgusting. Um, Something similar also happened a little while back. With another playground that was dedicated to the victims of that massacre. Somebody had sprayed graffiti um all over the playground, and well, they got that cleaned up, and they for this incident, this crime, I should say, um a new um sign, excuse me there, a new sign has been ordered, and is going to be put up. But honestly, um I really hope they do catch the guy, and either throw him in jail, or if it turns out he has mental health issues, which this person might very well have, because um, as it's been shown, people who actually believe that the Sandy Hook shooting didn't even occur do tend to have some mental health issues. And honestly, I also believe that. So I believe this person, and the fact that the person not only stole the sign, but also called up the family and to brag about it, and to basically just rub salt in the wound even further when they're trying to heal. Um, it does show that the person probably does have some mental health problems, probably some serious mental health problems. And would this person have done it if there weren't these Sandy Hook denialist cults out there? I don't know, but honestly, I think the groups that believe, that go around saying that the Sandy Hook shooting, the Sandy Hook massacre didn't occur, I think they should be made to pay for a new sign. They should be made to pay for a new sign, because um they have basically, because if it wasn't for their conspiracy theories, maybe this person might not have done this, and or felt it was necessary to do this. And they can say, we're not responsible. Well, you have to take a little bit of responsibility for the BS you put out there, and take into consideration how it might be affecting people with serious mental health issues, and with impulse control issues. So yeah, that's all I've got to say about that. So here's next story on the list. Couple sentenced to probation for church-directed child abuse. This is from the Wisconsin State Journal, and apparently these two parents a few years ago were abusing their children. They were disciplining their children, or should I say physically abusing their children with rods, and it was being directed by a church they were going to called Tillian, I can't pronounce it, Bible Church in Black Earth, apparently Black Earth, Wisconsin, I believe. And well, as it turns out, they were just given probation, and well, they were doing it, but they ended up realizing that what they were doing was wrong, and they stopped, but they still got, and they did get charged, and apparently this court case has been going on for the past 3 years now, because in the article it says they've been out on probation for 3 years, so, oh, well, not out on probation, I mean, out on bail for 3 years, and, basically, you know, they've been doing, they haven't been hitting their kids, they've been actually trying to improve and make up for what they've done. And honestly, child abuse, it's not something that people should do. This is just, it's just wrong. And if you're going to a church that says, hey, you know what, you need to hit your kids, you know what, you need to leave that church and potentially report that church to authorities, because it may be directing its members to abuse children, and the members themselves could be abusing their own children, and such things need to be stopped. And well, it's a good thing. I think this is probably the proper sentence what they should be given, and hopefully they haven't harmed their relationship too much with their children. But if you're part of a church that's directing you to go and hit your kids, you need to leave that church and you need to alert authorities. Alright, next one. Viral video claims to prove chemtrails conspiracy. And this is from Discovery News, and a couple weeks ago there was this viral video going around that was claiming to show a airplane giving off chemtrails while it was landing. And as it turns out, these were just ordinary contrails. It's just that it was a foggy night, and there was nothing unusual about it. It was just the way the air was that night. The reason why there was giving off these contrails. These aren't chemtrails. There's no such thing as chemtrails. Chemtrails are just a made-up imaginary thing by conspiracy theorists. I don't know why in the world they make these claims up, but this video does not show chemtrails. It is contrails. Alright. Is Long Island medium Theresa Caputo a fake? Some people certainly think so, and in this article basically talks about how many skeptics believe that the Long Island medium is in fact a fake, and I believe she is a fake. Um, everything she's doing can easily be done by someone with enough training. A magician could easily do it. In fact, many magicians like James Randi have shown how this is just BS and stuff. And you know, look, I'm just gonna say it: all psychics are fake. If a psychic claims that they have powers and that they're talking to your dead loved ones, they are either BSing you or they are mentally ill. Alright, next one. Sweepstakes scam tops list of consumer frauds. And, this is about, all these, sweepstakes scams about, how they, here's the first thing. If some sweepstakes says you need to pay some fees, some processing fees, guess what? It's a scam, okay? Our true sweepstakes would not make you pay a processing fee. They would either take money from the one money and from the money you've won and use it towards the processing fee, or they just give you the money itself, because and a sweepstakes, it shouldn't even have a processing fee. Of any type of sweepstakes that says you need to pay a processing fee or any type of fee like that, it is BS. It is BS. They are simply trying to get a few $1,000s worth of money from you. They're not trying to get especially several $1,000s. $3,000, $4,000. I could see maybe a couple $100s. Actually no, I couldn't see any money, but several $1,000s. That's ridiculous. Don't fall for these sweepstakes scams. Just completely ignore them. They're just anything that sounds too good to be true probably is, and anything that promises to give you money for just a little bit of money, guess what? It's a scam. Alright, HGTV backs away from reality show starring anti-gay activists following right-wing watch report. And this is from right-wing watch. And there was, HGTV was going to have a reality show about David Benham. It was going to be called Flip It Forward, and it's going to star David Benham, and as it turns out, and his brother, and it turns out both of them are, both of them are very much against, gay rights and reproductive rights, and which would make it very odd to have these two on HGTV, because HGTV has a very large gay following, and also has a very large amount of viewers are also women. So large amount of viewers on HGTV, are either gay or female, and it just wouldn't, and it would just look really, really weird to have somebody who's against gay rights and against women's rights, and at least in the terms of reproductive fields, to have them on a network that that's enjoyed by a lot of gay people and a lot of women. And I applaud HGTV for canceling the show before it even gets made, before it even gets shown. Alright, next one. Newtown School Board greets Sandy Hook skeptics, and I say skeptics with quotation marks, with silence. And many conspiracy theorists who thought that either the Sandy Hook shooting didn't happen or there's some kind of conspiracy surrounding the Sandy Hook shooting, they came to Newtown this week to talk to the at the Board of Education meeting, and they were allowed to talk, but basically they were ignored. They were met with silence. Nobody wanted to nobody would they weren't shouted down. They weren't met with cheering or clapping or anything. I mean, but basically they were just met with silent disgust and basically ignored, which in all honesty, that's probably the best thing they could have done. I mean, if they had denied them from actually going in there, they could have been claiming and speaking. They could have claimed that their First Amendment rights were being violated, and if they were met with hostility, they could have claimed that it was organized hostility. But here we have people just saying, you can talk, but we're not going to do it. We're going to ignore you. We're not going to give you what you most likely want, and that is a reaction. We're not going to cheer you. We're not going to cuss you. We're going to basically let you have your say and then let you get the heck out. And that's what basically happened. And I applaud the people of Newtown, Connecticut. At least the people were there that night at the Board of Education meeting, especially for basically meeting the conspiracy theories with silence, with not acknowledging them. Alright, finally, people who bought these Vibram FiveFinger shoes may be entitled to refund. And the Vibram, this is about the Vibram company and the FiveFinger shoes. These are basically shoes that look like feet rather than just regular shoes. And they were making claims that these shoes were better for your health than protecting your feet. That these shoes were just better for you than regular shoes. And turns out that's probably not true. And they're going to have to be paying out some big refunds to anyone who wants them. So, if you have these ridiculous looking shoes, you just might be able to get some money from Vibram. I mean, if you want it. If you think, if you like the shoes, I don't see how anyone could, because they look really ridiculous to me. But if you want refunds, you can get them from them. I mean, if you want refunds. I mean, if you like the shoes and you think they do good for you, if you think they're good, if you like them and you think they actually work, more power to you. But according to the studies, apparently these so-called shoes are not better for your health and are not better for you. So yeah, they may have to be paying out some so a lot of dough, a lot of money. Alright, that's it for this week, and I certainly hope you enjoyed the podcast this week. I hope you'll be back next week and join me for the next Skeptic Wars podcast. This is The Lock saying, see ya.